All right, we are good. History meme review. What is up, YouTube? It is me, Joe, and I am back with another history meme. Yes, that's right. It's been too goddamn long since I've done this, so I figured it was about time I got back into the habit of doing history memes. So, we're here with History Meme 7. I'm already worried, so let's blow this into full screen.
Are you planning to raid it?
Nope. Wait up. Already just looking at that. This is a meme in itself. Fucking Area 51. It was funny as fuck, though. Okay, continuing on.
Are you planning to raid Area 51?
I wasn't.
To see the
I was sitting on
aliens?
the top of the
If
hill
so,
eating
check out this
popcorn,
cool
thinking
shirt
about
on
all the
Amazon
nerds
to
getting
spread the
wiped
word of
out
our
with
mission.
miniguns and
Use the link in the
space
description
lasers.
for a 20% discount.
Oh.
Nobody. John F. Kennedy.
Wow, we're already starting off extremely spicy. Fuck. Shit.
Third time is the charm. Charles III. Napoleon III. Philip III. Third partition of Poland. Third crusade. Third Reich.
He's got a point. Every time there's a... They always say third time's the charm, but it's usually the threes that screw everything up. Interesting thought. Next.
Nobody. The Netherlands in 1637.
Okay. Oh, this video's a little too loud? Oh, apologies. Okay, I can easily turn it down a bit. Or maybe you just... Anyway. So, yeah. Apparently, you know what? Go check out Extra History. They're just doing a series based on the tulip craze in the Netherlands. So, go check those out after this video. Stay there. You stay here and you enjoy my memes. Next.
1800s China. What can you sell us in exchange for our tea, silk and porcelain? The British Empire.
Let me guess. Opium. Yeah.
Medieval plate armor in real life. Medieval plate armor in movies.
That's actually got a point there. Plate armor was really, really fucking good. But in the movies, it's just... It's weaker than Stormtrooper armor. Which is... not historically true. Next.
Roman army. Who is Spartacus?
I'm Spartacus.
Literally every slave in Italy. Oh, he might be me.
Yeah, pretty much.
20,000 emus hearing about 250k Americans who can't invade a small airfield. Pathetic. CIA spends 2 years and millions of dollars training Cuban rebels to overthrow Castro. New York Times tells the whole world the exact time and location of the invasion. Castro.
Bay of Pigs. Yes, who would have thought that the media would screw up a military operation by simply printing everything about it? Next.
Who would buy Belle Delphine bath water? Ancient Romans selling gladiator sweat.
You know what? Yeah, that is actually true. Okay. History lesson as usual. During the days of the Roman Empire, believe it or not, gladiator sweat was sold as an aphrodisiac. I'm not even lying. But yeah, it was so yeah, you know what, the whole gamer girl bathwater thing, they say, oh, it's a new thing, it shows the generosity. No, it's not really a new thing. It's just a modern interpretation of it. Next.
When you're a feudal leader in medieval Europe.
Pretty true.
Area 51 raiders. They can't take all of us. Everyone who died in World War I during a failed trench raid. I'm a joke to you.
Yeah.
Nobody. History Channel at 3 a.m. 1924. A game of human chess with soldiers in Russia.
That is 100% true. That is 100% true. The History Channel at 3 a.m. in the morning is just weird. I mean, fucking out of this world weird. I mean, it's like, it belongs on the Sci-Fi Channel. I'll just say that. Next.
Uniting all Mongolian tribes. Conquering all of Persia, Caucasus and half of Anatolia. Deposing the Chinese imperial dynasty and installing their own. Conquering Russia in winter.
God help anyone who dares invade Mongolia again, or at least attempts to. Though, with the way things are going, that might start happening pretty soon. I heard recently that the woods outside of St. Petersburg recently started sounding the sound of Perkele. Oh, next. Come on. Thank you.
Me, can't navigate across town with a GPS. My ancestors who crossed the ocean using the stars. Shame. When you're in 1600s Britain and your dad has a lot of money. Professional general. When you have a date at...
Okay, back, okay, hang on. Back to...
When you have a date at 5, your dad has a lot of money. Professional...
Okay, so the whole story behind this meme is in the early days of the British Empire, well, in this era of the British Empire, the height of power, basically, if you wanted to get into the army, you could buy your commission. And that's exactly what it sounds like. You put up some money, and you are given an officer's rank and command of a detachment. Yeah. So if you had enough money, you could be a general. You could be a colonel. It was insane. And if any of you are thinking that sounds like a really stupid idea, don't worry, you're right. The British military and this, like, everyone gives it like the greatest, like, oh, they were the greatest army in the world. Their officer corps was shit. All the guys in there were basically just like, they were parading around playing soldier. Believe it or not, there's a great series that you can find that pretty much shows like the British Empire and its officer commission program at its worst and finest. And it actually stars Sean Bean, where he surprisingly doesn't die. He's actually the star. Look up Sharpe, Sharpe. It's an entire miniseries starring Sean Bean as a soldier in the British Army, and he's different because he starts off as a rank soldier, just standard rank, private, corporal, sergeant, so on. But then he gets bumped up from the ranks to an officer, which in this era was deeply looked down on, because to be a gentleman, you had to be born a gentleman. So a little nobody sergeant that was born in some slum in lower London with no breeding or wealth or inheritance, being promoted to a lieutenant, which is usually a place reserved for gentlemen who buy their commissions. Yeah, a lot of shit ensues. I so recommend it. It's one of my favorite series. Go check it out. Sharpe. It's fun. And Sean Bean doesn't die for once. And his acting, amazing. And the tactics they used, really historically accurate. I give it a full recommendation. Anyway, continuing on.
General.
Rant over.
When you have a date at 5, but need to defend Stalingrad at 7.
Is she single? I had to. God. Oh. I have so many mixed thoughts about this. For once, it's Russia, and I currently am not a big fan of Russia right at the moment. But secondly, You don't see. You know what? No, before I dig myself a grave, I'm gonna continuing and moving on.
Nobody. Island in 1845.
Oh no. Potato famine joke. Yikes. Next.
You can't hit me. I'm Swedish.
You can't hit me. I'm Swedish. We're new. Yeah. Hey, Felix. I know you come on. I know, like, Sweden and neutrality, and well, that's changing soon. But prior to this, Sweden was one of the most powerful empires in the world at one point. So, yeah. Just remember that. Next.
Scottish Guards. Please, Sir Edward, we surrender. Please don't fire that monster trebuchet. Sir Edward. No.
No.
Karl Marx. Creates the Communist Manifesto. Germany. Nope. Ukraine. Nope. United Kingdom. Nope. Russia. When a Brit tries to tell you his caffeinated leaf water is better than you caffeinated bean water.
Fuck you. Oh, yeah. Seriously, like, no, you pesky colonies. You will have tea, not that disgusting coffee you claim. Guys, when does that boat full of tea get in again? Yeah. Even I, who am not a drinker of coffee or tea, no, get tea. Tea is inferior to coffee in every regard. Fight me.
When you just turned into an able-bodied 18-year-old in 1939, living in the Soviet Union, the Red Soldier. Canadians on D-Day. You seem a decent fellow. I hate to kill you.
That is a lie. That is a fucking lie right there. The fucking Canadians being all, I'm a little off-centered. There we go. Now I can do this and you can still see me. Anyway, yeah. Canadians, D-Day. God help anyone who was anywhere near a Canadian on D-Day. Those guys fought like demons. Literally, German soldier on D-Day. He just sitting there on his MG-42. Suddenly he sees Canadian landing craft approaching. And then he suddenly asks, "What? Why is the doom music hitting?" Rams down, eyes glow red, Sten guns and Lee Enfields at the ready. Allow us to introduce ourselves, eh? I want to see that meme. I want that to be a meme. That needs to be a meme. Next. Come on.
When 30,000 German mercenaries fought in the Revolutionary War, but the American education system almost leaves them entirely out.
Yeah, really, there were. I mean, literally, the only mention of German mercenaries were the Hessians at the crossing of the Delaware, which is kind of sad because they were actually pretty badass guys. And if anyone's asking, like, wait a minute, why were German soldiers fighting in the American Revolution again on the side of the British? Well, look up the royal family, starting with George the First. He was actually from Hanover. Mm-hmm. The modern-day British line traces its lineage back to Germany. It was kind of a problem in World War I. Look it up. Nothing bad, Tribal. I swear to God. All is well. I did not say anything bad about Canada. Nothing bad. You're good. Next.
When you drain half the patient's blood to stop him from dying of the plague. The medic. Belgium in Europe. Belgium in the Congo. Belgium in World Wars. France. Egypt. After centuries, we are free from Ottoman rule. Britain. The League of Nations explaining why Japan can't take over the world. Japan. Time traveler. You quick, what's happening globally? French peasant. A coalition is trying to conquer our great
Which
country.
time?
Time traveler. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh time. French peasant. I beg your pardon.
I beg your pardon?
Loading screen tips be like. Living a hunter-gatherer lifestyle can be tough. Try planting some grain in a fertile river valley, or building a permanent settlement.
Yep.
Scientist in the 1900s. Invent something cool. Thomas Edison.
Yes, it is well known that a lot of his inventions were in fact stolen. So, sorry, Tommy, you're kind of... There may be some stuff you did create legitimately, but you're still kind of a dick. Next.
Describe world history in a few words. Knock knock. It's Europe.
Knock knock, it's Europe. Oh... Ban vodka in No wonder the Russians revolted. I don't blame them now. Wasn't working conditions because they banned vodka. What the fuck? Next.
Everyone, why the heck is your capitalized? I just want to say you're more quickly. The ancient Sumerian city of Ur, that stood for over 3,000 years. Am I a joke to you? Nobody. The entire Roanoke colony. Me trying to remember in what year the War of 1812 took place.
I am not gonna lie. I was in college, community college, and I was in a history course. And my history teacher and I got along great. He was a great fucking dude. Loved him. One day we're just literally sitting in class and we're discussing the War of 1812. Now, me already being a pretty big master on this already, I'm just sitting there just drinking some water. I was drinking a water. Because, lunch was after. Yeah. So I'm drinking a water. And he's just talking, and then he just like confirms like, okay, so who knows when the War of 1812 started? He probably just did it as like a joke, but then I see no one raised their hands. Now, at first I'm thinking, like, literally, like, oh, it's just everyone just being lazy. Then someone raises their hand, and he goes, 1811? To which point I spit out my water. And I look at this guy dead in the face, and ahead of my teacher, I just go, what is the war called again? And which point he looks at me and he has this look of, you know those old Looney Tunes cartoons where it literally like the character does an idiot decision, then he either gets like a lollipop that says sucker or just turns into a donkey that says jackass written on the side. Well, I saw that look in that guy's eyes and he just went, I'm sorry. And to which point I just said, uh-huh. It was definitely a moment that I was about to leap over a table and I'm just like, I'm going to break your skull open in order to get some oxygen into your brain. But yeah, next.
When you are a third world country in the 60s and 70s.
Oh no.
I'm inevitable.
I am inevitable. Why is everything shit? Next.
King Henry VIII explaining why he wants a divorce. Oh, that's right, honey. We don't have a son. We did it. We time traveled.
But to
what year? Let me ask that guy over there. Who rules China? An authoritarian supreme ruler. We are somewhere between forever and always.
Yeah.
What fashion companies try to sell men? What men want?
Not what I want, but I respect it. That's also very true. Next.
If I had a nickel for every time I've exiled Napoleon to an island, I'd have 2 nickels. IH isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Mm-hmm.
They can't stop all of us. More than 250k pledge to storm Area 51 to uncover alien secrets. Hey, I've seen this one.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, I've seen this one. Yeah, I knew it was gonna be something like along this, but yeah, Tiananmen Square. Whoo, boy, yeah. Ooh. Though I don't think they would have been using tanks against the Raiders of Area 51. I think they would have been using like hovercraft or some shit, like some technology shit we stole from the aliens. Next.
The Norwegian army, when they see a penguin in Edinburgh Zoo, you'll be a honorable regimental sergeant major.
Okay, this is true. So when the Norwegian army went into exile during World War II, after Norway was conquered by the Germans, at the Edinburgh Zoo there was a penguin there, and they literally made him the mascot. And they actually made him an honorable regiment sergeant major. It was literally like, it's amazing what like the mascots people make during war. It's so crazy. It's so great. And plus, there's always like, you really want to talk about like interesting stuff? Look up the polls and their big bear. You think I'm lying? There's an actual bear. Uh-oh, is there someone outside? Nope. Anyway, let's get to the next memes. One moment. Silly puppy. Go, knucklehead. You're welcome to come too if you want. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. You bunch of chill. Labradors. They drive you nuts. Well, except this one. Come here, sweetheart. You know what? I think it's time you got introduced. Come here. Come here. Here. Oh, come here. Oh, you're such a little sausage. Oh. Say hello to Ripley, everybody. Yes, this is Ripley. Chill. Oh, jealous. There you go. Oh, his little sister. Jeez Louise. Yes. No, you have not, Diesel. I just had to go take care of the big white one. Well, and now, since we are here... back to the memes.
When you collect a room full of gold as ransom for the Inca King, and execute him anyway. Trump, the art of the deal.
He would so do some shit like that. Next.
Third world country, democratically elects socialist
CIA
leader.
meme?
America, die communist scum.
Yep.
War history, exists. Sabaton.
Oh yeah.
William Henry Harrison gives his first speech as President of these United States. The reign. I'm about to end this man's whole career. Inca Empire, we will defeat the Spanish and continue to prosper. The Spanish. Allow us to introduce ourselves.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Swedish Viking conquering and pillaging newly discovered land 806 adcolorized.
Oh.
So what are your thoughts on the British Empire? Britain. I may have gone too far in a few places. Spanish conquistador, coughs and sneezes. Indigenous South Americans.
Ooh.
Apes when evolving into humans. Yeah, this is big brain time.
Big brain time.
When you're playing a video game with your Italian friend, but as soon as your team starts to lose he switches teams. Just like the simulation.
Just like the simulation.
Teddy Roosevelt gets shot. Teddy Roosevelt. Tis but a scratch.
Tis but a scratch.
When someone says America was the prime contributor to Germany's defeat in World War I, we stand here amid my achievement, not your.
Okay, yeah, real talk. Like, a lot of people give the French a lot of crap for World War I and stuff, but they held the line. They really did hold out for a long damn time. So, cut the French a little bit of slack, just a little bit. Next.
If memes were made in the 19th century, Starks. Friend, so who's your favorite president? Me.
Ooh, Teddy's a good one, though. Teddy is a really, really good one. Basically, if they're up on Mount Rushmore, except for Jefferson. Jefferson really, yeah, I get it. He wrote the Declaration. But you didn't free people, found a nation, or become one of the greatest trust busters in the world. So, sorry, Tommy, but you're out. Next.
How did the Berlin Wall fall? Wall breaker, Clash of Clans. Clash of Clans wall breaker. When you're a doctor in the American Civil War and you amputate someone's leg because it's bruised. The medic.
Yep.
America uses shotguns. Germany. Me. Too afraid to ask my crush out. Genghis Khan. Shame. The Weimar Republic between 1921 and 1923. Print money and, if that don't work, print more money. You can't just divide the world between you two. That's where you're wrong, kiddo.
Okay, a little backstory on that meme. Sean, I understand we have free speech in this world, but let's try and keep I just want to keep politics off my channel. Off. No politics. Or at least to a very agreeable minimum. We're here for the positive stuff. We're here to talk about funny shit and make people laugh. That's why we're here. So let's not start any debates or problems. We're just here for the memes. Right, bro? Good. Cool. Next. So, anyway, yeah, as I was saying. So, Portugal and Spain, when the New World was, I'm going to say rediscovered, because the Nordic Vikings went there first. They basically were like, oh, how are we going to keep this away from all of our other rivals, like England and France and Prussia and all the others? Basically, they went to the fucking Pope and they drew a line on the map. And they basically said everything west belongs to Spain and everything east belongs to Portugal. And the Pope has said it, so therefore nobody can do it. Whereas England and France said, yeah, right. Come here, Koa.
Europe and European history books. Europe and African history books.
Yeah.
Everyone else in 1991. Finally, with the Cold War over, we can agree. The United States. Every country in the world belongs to America. They can't stop all of us. More than 250k pledge to storm Area 51 to uncover alien secrets. Not bad, kid. No one. Germans in 1989.
I hate Wall.
We are the Roman Empire. Identity theft is not a joke. To show you the power of the Union Army, I sawed this state in half.
Ooh. The only thing Sherman did wrong is he didn't go far enough. I know I'm a hypocrite. Deal with it. I know what I am. Next.
When you read your Latin homework wrong and accidentally summon a demon.
Oh shit.
Me and the boys. We and the boys. When you're walking along the Haitian coast and the sugar cane starts speaking, baguette music stops. Archduke Franz Ferdinand dies. Every single European army.
Assemble.
When you try to find your house, but you live in the 50s. The 80s.
Okay, if you don't get that joke, literally look up like the suburban development at post World War II. Literally everything looked the fucking same. It was crazy. Next.
15.5-minute gap of the Watergate tapes that were accidentally deleted by Nixon's secretary. Whoops, my bad.
Accidentally.
Julius Caesar. Hey, where's my knife? Everyone else at the table. When you're British and haven't colonized anything in the last 5 minutes.
Oof.
Genghis Khan, when he's not out fighting and conquering, there is only one thing to do, and that's more fricking. John Lennon meeting Yoko Ono.
Oh no.
1966 colorized. Conquistador sneezes. Incan villager. My time has come. Pentagon.
Wow,
Hexagon.
spicy.
Octagon. Gone.
Gone.
If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe the channel if you haven't already. Also check out my Discord server for some extra
well, that ends the memes. Oh, wow, there were some spicy ones this time around. And we only had one little delay thanks to a big, giant, white beast. So, thanks everyone for watching. This was a whole lot of fun. Hopefully I get back to doing this a whole lot more. So, well, until the next video, as always, you know who I am, I know who you are. I will see you all in the next video.